So we now have the vagina. The vagina is a thin muscular tube which arises from the cervix all the way to the outside, to the outer side, which is called as the vestibule. What is the outer side called as? The vestibule. So the vagina extends from the cervix to the outer side called the vestibule. So here we have vagina. Sir, ये है vagina, and this is the muscle. What is this muscle called as? This muscle below is called as the vestibule. So here we have front abdominal muscles. Here we have back abdominal muscles. Here we have diaphragm, and here we have the partition of muscle called as the vestibule. तो ये है diaphragm, ये है anterior abdominal muscles, ये है posterior abdominal muscles, और ये है बीच में space. What is that muscles here in the groin area called as the vestibule? And between the diaphragm, anterior abdominal muscle, vestibule, and posterior abdominal muscle is the space called as the abdominal cavity. So abdominal cavity, diaphragm above and vestibule below. What is the vagina extending from? It extends from the cervix to the outside, which is called as the vestibule. The vagina is about 7 to 9 centimeters long. 7 to 9 centimeters long. It is directed upwards and backwards. So vagina up and back. It's going up and back. And the vagina has along with it lot of mucus glands. Mucus glands will secrete a lot of mucus and it will lubricate the vagina. Now that lubrication of vagina is necessary when the penis is inserted in the vagina will give out mucus which will lubricate the penis for a smooth sexual intercourse to take place. And imagine when the uterus contracts, the uterus के अंदर से baby will pass through the vagina. Now normal vagina is 7 to 9 centimeters long, 3 centimeters in diameter. And from 3 centimeters, the vagina will stretch and stretch and stretch and become 12 inches. And the entire baby will pass out through the vagina because it will stretch so much, it will cause the unbearable pain that women have during childbirth. I'm sure you have heard of it. Labor pains are created. So why does a lady get labor pain? Because a 3 centimeter vagina has stretched to 12 inches and the entire baby passes through the vagina, causing the intense pain called labor pain. But sir, wouldn't the delicate skin of the child get peeled off? इतना vagina stretch हो रहा है, skin और vagina, skin of the fetus and vagina में कितना friction होगा and the skin will get peeled off. Who will prevent that? Mucus glands. Mucus glands give out lots of mucus and the entire baby gets lubricated by the mucus and the baby will smoothly pass out of the vagina and parturition takes place. The vagina also has in it lot of mucus glands and the glycogen secreting glands. Glands which give out glycogen. Why should sugar glycogen be secreted? Because vagina is rich in lactic acid bacteria. If you have heard of it, lactobacillus. So lactic acid bacteria called lactobacillus, and lactobacillus in the vagina will help in breakdown of glycogen into lactic acid. So the vagina becomes highly acidic, and lactic acid in the vagina will help in protecting the vagina from bacteria, viruses, fungi. Vagina is an open tube और इसमें infection easily हो सकता है. So who will protect the vagina from any bacteria, virus or fungi? Lot of lactic acid made with the help of lactobacilli, lactic acid bacteria, by breaking down glycogen into lactic acid will protect the vagina from bacterial, viral and fungal infections. And the vagina is partially covered at its opening. Vaginal opening पे एक पतला सा delicate membrane होता है. That membrane is called as the hymen, the seal of the vagina. So समझो, this is the opening of vagina. Here we have a delicate membrane which is called as the hymen, and this hymen is full of blood vessels. So why should this hymen be present? The hymen will give protection to the vagina. If bacteria, viruses, fungi enter the vagina, do we remember hymen is full of blood vessels, and blood vessels will have WBCs in it. The white blood cells will go from the hymen, and white blood cells will phagocytose the microorganisms. So all WBCs will keep on killing the bacteria, viruses and fungi and protect the vagina. So you have that protective layer called hymen. But this hymen, mind you, will be found only in a virgin girl. When a virgin girl for the first time undergoes a sexual intercourse, the erected penis of the male will be inserted in the vagina, and as the erected penis enters the vagina, it will rupture the hymen. It will burst the hymen. The hymen will get ruptured. Once ruptured, it will never repair again. It has been permanently destroyed. And do we remember, the hymen is vascularized. It is full of blood capillaries. So when the hymen will rupture for the first time, the blood capillaries will rupture and bleeding will take place. Please remember, every girl will bleed during her first sexual intercourse due to the rupturing of the hymen. What are the functions of the vagina? The vagina helps in copulation. So it is a copulatory chamber. It helps in ejaculation. So it is the ejaculatory chamber. And when the uterus contracts, the baby passes out through the vagina. So it is called the birth canal of the baby. It is the birth canal of the fetus. And then we have the external view, which is called as the vulva. So you have vulva, the external view of the female reproductive system. What will the vulva or the external view show? Sir, you remember here we have the muscle called vestibule, in which opens the vagina. In front is the urinary bladder and urethra, behind is rectum and anus. So, what are the openings seen in the vestibule? Urethra, vagina covered by hymen and anus. In the vulva, we have the muscle here which is called as the vestibule. And vestibule mein you have openings of urethra, vagina and the anus. So a girl in the sleeping position, she is sleeping, her legs are on the side, we see the vulva, and what do we see in the vulva? the muscle called as the vestibule. You have the opening of the urethra, urine passes through it. You have opening of vagina, partially covered by hymen, and you have the opening of the anus, urethra, urine passes through it, vagina for copulation, anus, stool pass through it, and what is this entire area called as the vulva? So we have vestibule with three openings: urethra, vagina, and the anus. On the sides of the vagina, ये है vagina covered by hymen, and on the sides of the vagina are found two small openings, which are the openings of the Bartholin's glands. तो ये कौन से glands है? Bartholin's glands. Bartholin's glands openings are seen there. Bartholin's glands. And ये है urethra और ये है anus. On the sides of the urethra are found openings of glands. These are called as Skene's gland opening. What are these glands called as? Skene's glands opening. Skene's gland. So we have lots of opening in the vestibule. The muscle is called as vestibule, and in the vestibule we have urethra, vagina, anus. Urethra surrounded by openings of Skene's gland. On vagina, on either side of vagina we have openings of Bartholin's gland, and we have the anus. This is the muscle called as the vestibule. Now this entire area is covered by skin. Muscle है तो उसके ऊपर skin तो होना चाहिए. So sir, what is the skin present here? Just above all the openings is a fatty pad of skin. This fatty pad, which is called as the mons pubis. Mons pubis is the fatty pad of skin, and this fatty pad has in it pubic hair. So a girl has got pubic hair, like a male has got pubic hair, even a girl has got pubic hair. What is that pubic hair region called as? Mons pubis. So sir, pubic hair is in the mons pubis region. So suppose here we have pubic hair. This is called a fatty pad called mons pubis. The mons pubis now stretches down and covers the vestibule region. But mons pubis के ऊपर skin जो है वो continuous है. But as the skin continues down, in the skin there is a cut, and because of the cut, the skin can be separated into two fatty folds. Those two fatty folds are called as the labia majora. What are the fatty folds called as? Labia majora. Labia majora are the fatty folds on either side. So ये है labia majora, fat folds. They are full of fats, and they are called labia majora. Under the labia majora, there is one more delicate skin, and that skin does not have fats. उसमें भी एक cut होता है, and it can be separated into two thin folds, and those thin folds are called as labia minora. What are the thin folds called as? Labia minora. So once again, you have mons pubis with pubic hair. उसके नीचे we have two fatty folds called labia majora. Under labia majora, we have two thin folds of skin which do not have fats. These are called labia minoras, and उसके पीछे we have the vestibule, with the opening of urethra, vagina and anus. So if you picturize this, समझो एक stage है and यहाँ पर एक silk curtain है और यहाँ उसके आगे एक velvet curtain है and I go outside and I make a cut in the velvet curtain and I open the velvet curtain. उसके पीछे silk curtain, I make a cut in the silk curtain and I open the silk curtain. Now I can see the stage. So what are these folds of velvet? Thick folds of velvet, they are labia majora. Underneath that silk curtain, I make two thin folds of skin. These are called labia minora. उसके पीछे stage है which is the vestibule. So once again we have vestibule. Vestibule shows urethra, vagina, anus. So vestibule shows urethra, vagina, anus, and vestibule के ऊपर we have mons pubis where pubic hair is present, which then forms two fatty folds called labia majora. Underneath it, two thin folds called labia minora. Underneath is the vestibule with the urethra, vagina and anus. What is that view called as the vulva? Now, a nice point, the labia minora posteriorly form a small fusion which is called as the fourche. So posteriorly, labia minora have fused to form a fourche, and anteriorly, the labia minora fused to form an area called as the prepuce. So labia majora, labia minora. What is this posterior fusion called? Fourche. And what is the anterior fusion called? Prepuce. A prepuce सुना हुआ है. If you remember, in males, prepuce covers the glans penis, and when the prepuce is retracted behind, glans penis becomes exposed. Stimulation of the glans penis brings about a sexual excitement and an erection of the penis. Similarly, just below the prepuce of female is a small glandular area which is called as the clitoris. The clitoris of the female is a small area just under the labia minora called the prepuce. तो labia minora के fold prepuce के नीचे छोटा सा एरिया होता है which is called clitoris, and clitoris of the female, please remember, is similar to the glans penis of the male. Clitoris has in it delicate sensory nerves and lot of blood vessels. Any stimulation given to the clitoris, a message will go to the brain, and from the brain back into the clitoris, and the clitoris will swell because of blood oozing to form lymph. So like there is an erection of penis, there is a swelling of clitoris, and the swelling of clitoris brings about a libido or a sexual excitement in the female body. So like erection brings about a sexual excitement or libido of male, the swelling of the clitoris will help in sexual excitement of the female. And this female now is sexually excited. If she keeps on rubbing the clitoris, she will go into a phase of climax. Climax, which is also called as orgasm, takes place, and during an orgasm she will have lots of fluids being secreted out through her Bartholin's gland, Skene's gland, and the vagina will undergo powerful contraction and create a sexual pleasure. So sexual pleasure, libido, is because of orgasm in which there is secretion of fluids, wetting in the vagina, and vagina contracts. Who helps in that libido or orgasm? It is the stimulation of the clitoris which brings about a libido or a sexual excitement of the female. Fine. We just take a small break here and we'll finish off with the glands of the female reproductive